This has been my nether portal for approximately 400 days in this Minecraft world. I have full netherite armor and tools, and I don't even have a completed nether portal. And this has been my nether spawn the entire time. What the f? Both of those things are going to be changing in this video, and I'm very excited to actually get started with those. Now, when I've made nether portals in past worlds, I would usually do one of two things. The first thing being exactly what I've done in this world so far. I've kind of just left it the vanilla basic looking nether portal, not even finished. Usually just like plugged in the side of a mountain or something. And the other thing I would normally do is build it within a cave and maybe decorate the cave a little bit. But I want to go a little bit extra in this world. I am going to be making a giant tree, and we're going to hide the nether portal. Not really hide it, that's not the right word, but it's going to be encased within the tree. It'll be exposed to the outside so we can just run straight in, and I think it'll actually look really cool. I've wanted to make some custom trees around this area for a while, and I think this is a pretty good start. Just one massive tree. Now, I'm not going to go to the same levels that Fwip did with his massive tree, because that seems borderline psychotic to me. I don't know how he did that. No idea. Fwip is an absolute madman. That tree is insane. It looks amazing, but oh my god, there's no way I'd be able to build anything close to that scale, I don't think. Now, I really don't build custom trees all that often, but I'm hoping this gives me a good bit of experience, maybe for future builds and stuff like that. But of course, though, let's detail the other goals I have in mind for this episode. Now, in very surprising fashion, the first thing we're going to do today is going to be the main goal. I normally save that until the end, but I kind of just want to get this done right away. And the reason for that is because when I hit 500 days in this world, I want to do something for that occasion. Like, I want to make it its own video. So I kind of want to see if I can at least finish off this tree before day 500. So I guess I should say that the rest of these goals after that, I will get to them as long as I think I have enough time before day 500. So after the tree, I would like to build a bridge. And let me show you exactly where this bridge is going to go. I've mentioned this before, but I want to build a bridge from here to over there. Because then over here is kind of like the third goal, maybe like with the second goal too. Same kind of thing. Over here, I want to build like a gatehouse kind of thing leading up to the castle. And then down here as the final potential goal for this episode, I would like to finish off the interior of the tavern. I kind of meant to do this last episode, but I just never got around to it. Of course, though, before I tackle the goals for the episode, let's go over what we did last time. So last episode, we did a few different things. I designed the interior of the sugarcane farm down here. Let me go show that off real fast. Of course, this is the farm we built a couple episodes ago, but now it is all decorated down here with some glowberries, with some moss, with some spore blossoms, and it's still completely functional in these two chests over there. Also, last time, we built this building for our lumber stuff. Maybe our lumber storage eventually. This is where I can like store my wood if I ever grow out of our current storage room. And then the main big build for last episode was off in this direction. It is a raid farm that I put inside of a coliseum. It's a short flight away near the pillager outpost over here. But yeah, here's the raid farm and the coliseum. Still not the like biggest fan of this build in general. I might come back and tweak it later, but I think it's good enough for now. And there's actually another build I had last time as well, which was a gazebo on the other side of the bridge in the pond. And I will show that off in 1 second because I actually want to go grab a few more blocks for that pond. I tried to grab coral blocks last episode for the pond, but I didn't silk touch them, so they're still dead. So I'm just gonna make a very quick trip over to the nearest coral biome, and we can go grab some with our silk touch pickaxe. I've been meaning to mention this as well for the last few episodes. I literally just kept forgetting. But people keep asking me what the seed of the world is and what the shaders that I'm using are. The seed is down in the description below. It's in the description of each of these episodes, I think. It is a cool looking area too. Wow. I don't think I've ever been here before. Nice cliff. Like that. But yeah, anyway, the seed is down in the description below. If you would like, you know, to get it down there, you can copy and paste it into Minecraft if you want to play this world for yourself. And the shaders that I'm using are these ones right here, complementary shaders. Obviously, I'm not using them now, but when I actually show off my builds, I use shaders. I didn't think I clicked on it, but apparently I did. But yeah, we're using complementary shaders. Here's what they look like. If you'd like to use these, I will go try to find where I downloaded them, and I'll put a link in the description. We now have the right kind of coral, and I also put a piece of sand under these turtle eggs so the turtle can actually grow. But let's throw down some colorful coral down here. I think I broke one of the turtle eggs by walking over it. Wait, is that a thing? Whatever, we have one turtle egg now. We now have some coral. That's probably gonna look pretty cool at night. I'll have to come back and check that. Now let's start gathering up a whole bunch of materials to go ahead and build this tree. Now I think I'm going to use a mix of oak logs and stripped spruce logs. I need way more spruce logs for this, so we'll have to go and collect some of those. I'll probably take some stairs, I'll take some slabs, and a whole bunch of other random wood things. I think a good idea would be to fill out this entire shulker, so we're gonna have nearly half of it oak, and then the other half spruce. So let's go ahead and do that.
Oh shit, okay.
Alright, this shulker box is now full, but the thing is, I want to make most of these, maybe all of them, into this type of wood, where all of the sides are this texture. And you actually lose out on a little bit of materials doing this, but it's gonna look a lot better on the tree. So this is now what the shulker box looks like, and I accidentally made a little bit into planks, so we're missing out on a little bit more, but it's fine. This is at least enough for a start, and I think I want to put this right over here. I feel like this is a good spot. It's pretty central, and if we clear out more of these trees and maybe like level out the land a little bit, this will be more than enough room to have a massive tree and also like a little campsite maybe around, a couple benches, some other different, you know, forms of decoration. We might have to move this well, but also maybe I could just put the tree back here and we can keep the well there. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that, but let me clear out these trees all right here in this area. So we'll actually get a little bit more oak wood, which is very nice. Alright, I believe all the trees on this, like, top layer up here are all chopped down. So while I'm waiting for the leaves to go away, I think I'm gonna try to terraform a little bit of this area. Because there's this little, like, half circle right here that I kind of want to get rid of. Alright, this place is now completely covered up. And I like what it looks like. I think it's a lot better than it was before. It's much more of a gradual decline now, going down to where the Nether portal used to be. And we also have a ton of room back here to put another building of some sort. So that's nice to know. We can at least expand in this direction. So I guess let's just go ahead and start throwing down some materials. And I've kind of come to realize that I didn't actually have to make all of my wood into like this type of wood. But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. I'll be losing out on a little bit of wood overall, but honestly, it's fine. I think we're going to start this thing over here. Like this will probably be like one of the sides of the tree. And then it'll also extend this way. I just gotta figure out how big I actually want to make this. Like, obviously it has to fit a pretty big nether portal. So the tree itself will actually have to be substantially large. So I got a 9x9 square right here. And this is probably a good start. At least I can just start taking this up. I can always add more to the outsides to, like, you know, thicken up the tree whenever I need it. So I guess let's just build these all up a whole bunch. I don't know how high to go. Maybe let's go like 40 blocks high. I don't know if that's going to be too high or not. I'll do this front face here all up to like 40 blocks high and see how tall that is. Yeah, this tree's going to be really big, but I hope it's worth it. I really hope I can make this thing look good and it just doesn't end up looking like a massive just Minecraft tree. You know what I mean? I'm hoping I can make it look just a lot cooler. I feel like I like this height. We can always bring it down, move it up, do all that fun stuff in a little bit. So let's just continue building up every other side this tall. All of the sides are in, so now we should start working on the branches. And I really got to figure out how I'm going to do this. I have no idea how this is going to work. I feel like that branch might be long enough. Let me go add a bunch more of these branches. Some will be smaller, some might even be bigger. But let's just get working on that now. Alright, so the tree looks horrible right now. But I did put in like 6 branches, I think. We have a few long ones and a few other short ones. I feel like once I actually connect the leaves, it'll look a lot better. But also, I kind of just want to shape out the rest of the tree as well. So I don't want to keep it just this box. And I also want to make it like thicker at the bottom. So what I think we actually might do is trim away some of the stuff near the top and replace it like a block in. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let me pillar up here for a second. I'm kind of thinking we'd do something like this to texture the sides a little bit more. So what I did was I kicked most of the wall in, about half of it actually, and then I kind of just put a few different pieces of wood like jutting out. And I think I like this a good bit more than just the flat surface. It's hard for me right now to picture this build looking good, because it just looks like crap right now, but I'm hoping if I kind of just keep going through with this process, it'll look good in the end. Yeah, okay, this looks significantly better, I think. If we do this all the way around, I feel like I will be a lot more comfortable with this build, and I definitely did not miss a piece of dirt here. You guys are just seeing things, for sure. But yeah, I think this looks a ton better. Okay, I got roughly half of the tree textured, and I'm liking it so far. If you can kind of just imagine what this will look like all the way around, you know, the base will be a lot more circular now, which is kind of what I wanted. I still don't necessarily regret starting with, you know, the like the square shape, because I feel like that was a really good way of figuring out how tall I wanted this to be. But it's certainly coming along now. All right, let's go texture the other two sides now. I do apologize that it's raining, but we do have all of the texturing done now. And I am pretty comfortable with what this looks like. We do now just have to put on the leaves, which will probably take another long amount of time. But we're getting close, man. We're definitely getting close. It's looking a lot more like a tree than it just did before. We still might extend the base a little bit more, but for now, I am comfortable with it. Let's just go start putting on the leaves. Now, I only did like 2 branches, and I feel like I used so many leaves. But doing this all the way around could actually look pretty cool, I think. And I will be hanging some lanterns and stuff from the top. That'll look really nice too. So let's kind of just replicate this all the way around. This is actually going to take forever. Alright boys, it's day 451, and we are, I would say, halfway done with the leaves. The top looks terrible, I will fix that. But we're making our way. The kind of strategy I'm going for this is I am kind of sectioning off like 2 different layers. And with the first layer here, I will droop all of the leaves down to like about this level. And then as you can see on the first section we did, I will need to make another layer down at like this level to continue the rest of the leaves, because they're all gonna fall down about this far. Still got quite a bit of work to do up top here, but it is at least kind of looking like a tree from some angles, and I would definitely call that a success. So I think I have all the leaves placed on the sides, and I actually quite like what this looks like. It at least looks good like from the sky. The top I will work on in a second, but at least looks good from the sky. Hopefully it looks good from the ground as well. Let's, I guess let's walk through this way. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool, I think. Dude, this thing is massive. This is nice, though. I like it. All right, so next up, I want to work on the top, because as you can see, the top looks really weird. Like, I feel like this is not what a treetop should look like. So I really don't know how to do this the best way. I'm just gonna go crazy placing down some leaves and we'll get something. So I kind of just randomly just threw a whole bunch of leaves on the top and it looks way better now. So this tree is going to hide the nether portal. I want to have an effect where it looks like the entire inside of the tree is a nether portal, is like one continuous nether portal. And we're going to get that effect by making a whole bunch of nether portals in there and kind of just cutting away at the tree to reveal the purple. I think it'll look really cool. The thing is, though, I need a butt ton of obsidian. I might just get, like, 2 stacks, but that's gonna be a lot without a beacon, and I really don't want to go get a beacon right now. I'm just gonna head off to the end and start collecting obsidian. Let's see how long this actually takes. I gotta say, man, it's, like, way too normalized at this point. If you're a hardcore Minecraft YouTuber, you gotta take down all of these pillars and, like, destroy your end island or something. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to that point. Like, it would be kind of cool, I guess. But I've only taken down like 3 layers of this pillar, and I'm already very, very upset about my life choices. So I can't imagine what it's like taking down all of these pillars. Like, I know that like many of the people who take out their whole end and like take out all these pillars, it turns out obsidian is like their most mined block. That's ridiculous, man. And they say it like so casually. Like, that's insane. My most mined block is netherrack. You know, the thing that's insta-mine? I'm just not built for this bad. I don't know. No, I don't know. Maybe, maybe if I dedicated like a full day to doing this, I could do it. Like if this was my actual full-time job, I don't know. But even still, man, like, it messes up your mental, I swear. Like, these people are built different. All right, I got 2 stacks. I'm sure that's enough. If it's not, I guess I'll just come back. I definitely did not set my spawn. Oh my god, I actually did set my spawn. That's remarkable. So I guess it would probably be easier for me to kind of cut out all the holes in the tree and then put down the portals. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're gonna have one right here because this will probably be the actual one I enter through. So something like this, where like you really can't see the portal frame in the background and I could just walk right into this portal. Who put all this tall grass here? All right, whoever did that's an idiot. Creepers just blend in, you can't hit them. I don't know who did that. But yeah, anyway, this is kind of the idea. So like, I want to make it look like the inside of the tree is the portal, is like all purple like that. And we're going to kind of like wind this all the way up the tree on either side with a whole bunch of big portals. That's the idea at least. So let's go cut away at a lot of this tree that we just spent hours building. It's so sad. So sadly, I wasn't really able to make any of these that big, but that's the effect I was going for. And I actually really like it. All right, time to do this all the way around. I used all the obsidian. Man, I really don't want to go back. I went back to the end and got 2 more stacks of obsidian. So now let's continue and actually finish what the tree trunk is going to look like. All right, so I got all the nether portals in, and I think this is looking pretty cool. So all the way around now, we got nether portals of varying heights at varying points of the tree, and I think it looks pretty cool. This is really close to being finished then, I think. The last thing I really want to do is just add some lanterns like hanging down so we can light up near the top of the tree. Well, let me go grab a bunch of lanterns and we'll hang them down from the branches and stuff. Probably connected with like oak fences or something. That could look kind of cool. All right, we got a whole bunch of light up here now. I think I got rid of all the torches. I hope I did at least. I know I hid some torches like under the leaves at the top. I'm going to leave those there because you can't really tell that they are torches. You can kind of only just tell that there's light there. But now we have a whole bunch of lanterns everywhere. I actually see a torch right there. Hold on. So now hopefully we're good. But yeah, I put a whole bunch of lanterns along the tree itself and then also like around the branches and stuff over there. I do think though, with that, the base structure of the tree is finished. And there's only a few more things I would like to do in this area. One of those things is I want to put like a nice path around this tree. Maybe have some seats or something like that. I could even have like a little campfire around here. That could look cool. It might not, be super realistic in a way since this tree is so big, and if it burned down, that would be massively devastating. But it's Minecraft, and Minecraft doesn't work like that, so we should be good to have a campfire around here. And I'm not gonna worry about getting all of this dirt. I don't really care that much. There's a whole bunch of dirt just scattered around the tree. It'll despawn. I guess first order of business then. Let's just get a path over here. We got ourselves a base path just around the tree. Now we have to just go decorate this. I'll probably do a very similar path design to, what we have around the rest of the area. I think over here, though, it'll probably be more focused on dirt. We'll probably have some, like, coarse dirt, probably some rooted dirt around the base of the tree. That'll probably look nice. So let me go load up on some of that. So I think I am done with the tree and the surrounding area. I decided to put on shaders now, even though the episode isn't ending. Just because I wanted to see what this looked like with shaders on. It is currently day 460. So we still have enough time to do a couple more things before this episode ends. But let's just check out what this tree looks like with the shaders on. It's looking pretty big, if you ask me. I think it's a pretty cool addition to this area. But yeah, now we have a path over here. that connects all the way around the tree. We have a bunch of rooted dirt, some coarse dirt as well, some leaves, some lanterns and stuff to make sure everything is all lit up. I think I actually want to put a lantern right there as well. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, cool. And then on this side over here, we have a small campsite. Very, very tiny, but a couple chairs. Got a hay bale under the campfire to make the smoke go higher. I think it's a pretty cool looking area right now. That also means that our nether portal, the one that we've been using this entire time, can finally go. I will remember you. Before we actually move on to another build in this episode, I want to go ahead and move the nether portal that we have in the nether onto the nether roof. I definitely want to put a nether hub on the nether roof eventually. That'll probably happen within the next few episodes, but I kind of just want to get up there for now. I just watched a tutorial to refresh myself on how to do this just so I didn't mess up. What you're looking for is a piece of bedrock at the nether roof that is at Y127, as you can see over there with the targeted block. If it's at Y127, you are chilling. If it's not, you will probably die, I think. I think you'll suffocate through the bedrock. So then what you need to do is place ladders, like so, climb all the way to the top, make sure you're still holding forward, and then throw an ender pearl. Then you should phase through the bedrock, and you are chilling on the nether roof. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a portal up here. I guess I'll also just slab the top, just so nothing weird spawns up here. And this should link back to the tree. We have like 8,000 nether portals in that tree. It should link to at least one of them. And we're good. It linked to one of the ones near the top, but we are chilling. Now let me just make sure if I go through this way, that we end up on the nether roof again. We do! Sweet, we have access to the nether roof now. And I still have about 39 days until day 500. So we definitely have enough time to work on goal number 2, which is going to be the bridge. And let's figure out where that's exactly going to go. I initially wanted to connect it from there to over there, but that'll probably go right over this pavilion, and that might look kind of weird. So I think what I'll do instead is kind of raise up all the ground over here and make a little hill like this. I kind of just push this hill over here and then connect it to there. This lines up really well right over here. So I'm thinking like the bridge will probably start on this level. We can always trim this one down like a few layers just to match it up perfectly. But I think at least where I am right now is going to be the top of this like kind of new hill that we're going to be building. I don't know if I'll completely take away this hill or if we're just going to extend it. Might just kind of extend it and make like a little cove over here. Maybe we can actually put like a pond that the bridge goes over in the future. That could look kind of cool. But yeah, let's just start terraforming. Alright, so I got a portion of this hill kind of built up, and this is kind of the idea that I have. So I'm thinking that we could definitely have some water flowing through here. Maybe some kind of river going all throughout this area that I could make. And I want to have the cliff side have this kind of pattern to it. So the bottom is going to be with the cobblestone. We're going to have some mossy cobblestone, some tuff, some moss and stuff like that, just because it's like submerged underwater. That's kind of the idea, that this part will be underwater. And then up here will be above water. So it's not as like grimy, it's not as mossy. And I think this looks okay. We have some dirt hanging over as well. Looking pretty interesting, I think. And I only really did this, face right here. The rest of it I could potentially detail. I don't know where we're gonna have the river go through exactly. So I don't know if this will all be this same kind of design or not. But I wanted to at least get this face done, because this is the main one that matters right now. So now, it's a different day, and I'm kind of sick. I'm like recovering from a cold and a fever and stuff, so I apologize if you can hear it in my voice. But I do think I'm just going to start working on the bridge. I got a whole bunch of materials in this shulker box, and I think this will probably be enough to finish off this bridge. It's not going to be that big. But let's go start throwing down some blockage. This spot right here seems like a really good place to start. And it's going to be 5 wide on the bridge itself, and then we're going to have some supporting pillars on the other 2 sides. So it'll be like 7 wide in total, but the actual walkway will be 5 wide. Okay, yeah, this looks fine to me over here now. I definitely like what this looks like way more than if I would have just flattened out the whole thing. This looks way more natural, I think. But now let's start working on the supports on the sides. And let me clear out my inventory because it's an absolute mess. So I'm just going to kind of do half of the bridge here, and then I'll just replicate it over to the other half. So we got some supporting pillars now, and I kind of just have to figure out how to connect these up to make it look good. There's definitely a few options I could do with this, so let's figure out which one looks the best. All right, here's option 1. I don't think I like option 1. Doesn't do all that much. I want a little bit more here. All right, and here is option 2, which I like a lot more than the first option. I think this might be the one we go with. Maybe I'll tweak it later, but I think this looks pretty cool for now. The other side is now completed as well. So now we kind of just have to add some railings and lanterns and stuff, and this thing's probably done. This is also amazing. A lot of the villagers I have up here have turned into zombies. I wanted this to happen so I can cure them and get better trades. And I kind of figured if I just, you know, built around here at night, a zombie would eventually walk all the way up here and kill some of them. So that's sweet. Sadly, though, the iron farm has not been going this entire time. I was really hoping I was close enough for it to activate. I really badly need to make a different iron farm. I'll do that in a future episode. I think what I'll probably do is just make a really good one in the spawn chunks. I threw down a whole bunch of lanterns now around the bridge. Maybe too many, honestly, but it's fine. Lanterns look pretty great. Let me go grab some leaves. The last thing I want to do is just put some leaves all around the bridge. Yeah, there we go, dude. Leaves make everything look better, in my opinion. Just have a whole bunch, like, draped down the side of the bridge. I think we can probably call this build finished then. Now, I know I said that after the bridge, I wanted to make, like, the gatehouse over here. But I think I'm going to skip that for now, and we're going to work on the tavern. And then if I finish the tavern with enough time left before day 500, I will come back and start working on the gatehouse. So, yeah, it's really good to know that this has been running this whole time. I kind of forgot about the wool farm, but we have a ton of wool now. I definitely have to make some shepherds. I guess let's just start by placing down some pillars. That's probably a good place to start in here. All right, so it still looks like a complete mess up here, but I got a lot of like the support beams in. And now I would like to put in the ceiling, which I think is going to be made out of oak wood. All right, so it's looking way better now that I have the ceiling in. Now let me go try to figure out where the bars are going to go. All right, I think this works. That's a pretty good spot for a bar. Then I'm thinking we can definitely do something like this for the walls, and then we kind of just have to throw in some like shelves and cabinets and stuff where like all the drinks would be, you know? I think that's a pretty cool looking design. I mean, there is a window on the wall too, which makes it look kind of weird, but the windows look really good from the outside, so I'm gonna leave them. Honestly, I think this one bar should probably be enough. So I think what we could probably do now is just put some like tables and stuff in. All right, so we have some tables in now. Just a few, but I think it's enough. These back areas as well have some decoration in them. We also got some leaves now, making it look a little bit better. Got some bar stools here too. That's kind of the idea behind these. I think it's looking quite all right. A few final touches, and I think we'll be done with this. All right, so we have some cups now at the bar and at some of these tables. I also had to change some of the table designs because for these tables back here, you can't put anything on top of the trapdoors. So I had to change a few of the tables. I'm going to leave these ones in the corners because I think they look fine the way they are. And if there's no cups there, it's not a huge deal. I also decided to throw some paintings in here too, just to kind of decorate a little bit more. And we are getting very close to finishing off this whole area. I just kind of need to add some lanterns, I think. And also, don't pay attention to the inventory. All right, I have a bunch of random stuff on me. I just can't be bothered to go clean it out right now. All right, so after throwing in all the lanterns, I think this area is successfully decorated. And it is currently day 470. I think 30 days should be enough time to build a little gatehouse over there. So let's go ahead and do that. I think this build is going to be pretty small, so I doubt I actually have to go collect any materials. I can probably get this done with the materials we have. Okay, so I think this is going to be the size of this building. It is really not going to be all that big. And the idea, for now at least, is that there's going to be 2 towers on the ends. And then the middle section here will just be like a regular, like rectangular building, probably with like a walkway through here that is completely open. And then we will eventually build like a staircase within this mountain that leads up to the castle. That's kind of the idea so far. So let's just cut it to a time lapse, and I will build this thing. Alright, so at least the outside of this build is finished. The inside is completely empty, kind of like the interior of most of my builds in this world. I will fix that eventually. But to finish off this episode, the last thing I want to do is I kind of want to connect up the bridge and this new gatehouse building to the rest of the area, you know, through some paths. And I'll probably bone meal this area around here too because it looks very, very empty. So I'm going to start working on this, and when I'm back, I will have shaders on and we'll take a stroll through everything we did today. The shaders are now on, so of course that means we are finished with the builds for this episode. I connected up all the paths, did all that fun stuff, so we can go ahead and take a nice little walkthrough. So let's start by heading over to the tavern. I'm sorry my frames are pretty low right now. My computer is struggling at the moment, and I'm not exactly sure why. But it's fine. We're going to deal with it. We're going to move on. It's a nice place to get drunk. I think I would definitely get drunk in here. This seems like a comfortable place to do so. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks way better, obviously, than it did before when it was completely empty and looking gross. But now also, if I walk back to the starter house, the path continues this way. And of course it's raining, but whatever, it's fine. The path continues over this way. And obviously don't mind all the torches, I want these to be lanterns eventually. But I just don't have any iron, which is hilarious since I have an iron farm. And then on the other side of the bridge, we have a little extension of the path leading up to this gatehouse building. We did a ton of building in this episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We didn't really make all that much progress, but it's all good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.